What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. We haven't done one of these in a very long time. It's going to be the first duel we're going to be voicing over here. On the left side, we see Mitsurugi or Ryzeal going up against Memento Fiendsmith. We are the Memento Fiendsmith player on the right here. Before we dive in, if you like, comment, share, help the channel a lot. We're over 10k and you guys support. And if you want to see some more duels like this, let me know in the comment section down below. We need you guys to support seeing what you guys want to see on the channel. If you guys want to see combo videos, if you want to see deck profiles, if you want to see just POVs, live duels, or if you guys want to see like some commentaries or even just talking about new cards and stuff like that being released, we can definitely do that here. I do this for you guys, and I am really glad to be back. I have been playing lots of locals, and this is a personal deck I ended up taking to locals the first time I was trying the deck and testing it out and just wanting to see what it can do. The Memento as well as the Canine cards go really well together with the 2 level 5s in the deck being quite nice, and just being able to bait out the hand traps. We are going to see Memento Canine going first here. We're going to be starting off with a copy of Darkblade here, and this is going to be the part where you do see these cards getting hand trapped. Like the Memento engine as well as the Canine engine are both very, very good, but we are going to be seeing an Ash Blossom being hit on that Darkblade there, and we just set one additional card and pass turn on here. We're kind of bricked up on these Charmings you'll guys see in the hand, and then we're going to start off with a Prayers in the draw phase, looking for a Habakiri, the card of the year here, and doesn't appear to be going away anytime soon. We did see the modern decks going to be released in March with the Habakiri going to be in there. We do see the copy of Saji being tributed off from the deck, and then we're going to be searching for a copy of Ritual here. Then we're going to activate the Ritual, summoning from the hand using that Habakiri, interestingly enough. I'm going to be using the Night Sword Serpent as well as a copy of the Kanagasi, or whatever it's called. It's going to let us add back the Ritual and then summon out the copy of the Night Serpent here. I like calling them the red, purple, and black one, honestly. We are going to go droplets now on the Habakiri, and this is going to say we can just double Fua here. We are going to go, we asked what they added back, this is Ritual. We're going to go Ritual, and we're going to be summoning from the deck here. We do go Fua, they chain call here, we chain another Fua here, and we're going to get one draw off this. This is just so we can kind of survive here. Hopefully going to be able to kind of play. We do see the copy of now Mirakumo being summoned out. This is going to be a pretty nice semi-negate, being able to distribute stuff, and then we're going to see the Habakiri summoning itself back out here. Then we do normal summon the ice, and if they do activate the effect, we would get another draw. They choose not to here. Now we're to go up into a duo drive. We get an additional draw now, and then we do go Izuna on try to go battle phase. We do discard the copy of the big guy in the hand. So we, as you can see, we kind of bricked up here, double Fua, and they do go for Bell on the Lupus effect that we try to reborn out. But this is going to allow us to now survive, and we did eat those hand traps here, which is pretty nice enough. They're going to go battle phase. We do take some damage. I believe we get down to 700. And they already did Prayers, so they're not actually going to be able to go battle phase and clear the attack. But what they're trying to do, they were going to try to tribute over with that Mirakumo with the Prayers, but unfortunately it already used the effect, so they wouldn't be able to kind of get game there. So a little bit miscalculation on their parts, and we're going to now go dual drive, letting us search for 2, being for the X as well as the copy of Sword. So for that follow-up, they do set an additional card here in pass turn, choosing not to go into an SP and then banishing that copy of the combined creation here. We talked about it afterwards. It definitely was going to be misplayed. Now we have 2 cards in our hand here, but all they have is 1 interruption in that copy of Mirakumo, which will be able to potentially negate if we don't choose a discard. Now we do have Lupus in the graveyard as well. We do go normal summon Goblin, activate the effect. We do get hit with that Mirakumo. We do discard that card because we do need to go through, and then we end up dumping the copy of Gatic as well as the Fusion. Now we're going to see Gatic summon itself back out here, and we are really living on a prayer here. We're going to be seeing us add back the Fusion, and then we're going to activate the Fusion effect and the shuffle from the graveyard to kind of go off. We're going to be putting the Gatic in the graveyard, and then we're going to be putting back the 2. Let's summon with the copy of the Creation King here. And we actually are thinking on this. They didn't have any response, so actually we're going to be putting back just 1 and going for the Twin Dragon here. And then Twin Dragon will destroy and summon back out. And they're asking how do we make it there. And we say we put back Goblin from the deck and we use Gatic on the field. We're going to be searching for the copy of Sleepy as well as Itachi no Shigu. And then we're going to be seeing the effect of the Twin summon back out the copy of the Darkblade. We're not going to discard off Darkblade to pop. We're going to activate the secondary effect, summoning out the Anguish here, which is going to be fueling our graveyard, as well as getting an additional search here. Going for that Akahiron, which is going to be a level 5. Normally you don't want to add it to your hand. A lot of times you want to end the graveyard by dumping it, but we already have used the effect of the Goblin to dump 2 cards. So we kind of just need it to to discard or try to get it onto the field here. There definitely could be better options. We're not playing Horn Dragon here, which is important to note, which is why we are not searching for that here. You know, you're thinking, oh, we just summon it out and then maybe pop a card, summon back out, pop 2 cards on the field. But unfortunately, we're not playing that card right now. So can't really go off on it. Now we do have the Lupus in the graveyard as well to summon back out if they do use a monster effect in the graveyard this turn. And we're going to go for the fusion add by popping. We're going to add Bone Party, then we're going to go Bone Party, destroy the Akahiron, and that's going to allow us to then summon from the deck. Now, summoning the copy of Mace is going to allow us to have an additional card, and then we are going to go for the Akahiron effect here, which was destroy, we can add back. Adding back the fusion, or choosing to not. Now we are playing, this is also a top 8 match I want to mention as well, so we already have gone. We're going to be adding back potentially a monster here, because we do want to have to use the fusion of the Sleepy. But we also want to be able to bridge into the canine cards here as well. But our opponent has to use a graveyard effect first. And it's going to look like we're trying to have to force out the prayers. Prayers can then activate, you know, tributing it off. And we have to be careful because if we don't pair this properly, Mirakuma will be able to destroy our board. And that's going to be quite detrimental here. So we do just add back any name of Memento monster. It doesn't really matter here. Then we activate the effect of the Mace, destroying itself to let us search. Searching for a copy of the field spell. And this is going to allow us to kind of play through these copies of that Mirakuma destroy here. We're going to go Sleepy Effect, summon itself out, and Sleepy Effect is going to allow us to then fuse. We fuse summon into the big guy here, and that's going to allow us to now activate the effect, allowing us to dump 3, dumping the copy of Witch. So we have a secondary Witch, a Goblin, so we have in the graveyard, and then a secondary Sleepy as well here, which we are going to be seeing. That is our little tech. We are a very huge fan of the 3 Sleepy. And we have 11 names in the graveyard, I believe, now. So we can put back, and they're going to take a second to read the combined creation here. We do put back 5, making sure we put back the doubles. But we also want to make sure we leave the combined or the Akahiron in the graveyard here. And you put back a Twin Dragon because we don't want it to go anywhere. You know, having it in the extra deck can be quite useful. And if we find a way to just, you know, get rid of the Creation King or combined creation, whichever one it is, altogether, we want to be able to actually just fuse again. And the Twin Dragon is going to be quite great here. So they do nothing on summon. We're going to go Creation King now, targeting, trying to pop. Now, if we pop both of the rituals, we're going to kind of see it kind of pan through. So here we just go for popping the Duo Drive and the Mirakuma. That's going to force them to go up into prayers. Prayers can now let them add and tribute off. And then we're going to be searching for the Aramasa. Then we're going to be seeing the Kasanaki being summoned out, adding back here. And then we do see us choose to activate one of the effects here. We're going to activate to summon back out, targeting most likely, yeah, we're going to target here the big guy here, and they get to add back and summon. And then we are going to be seeing them now being forced to pop it, which will then trigger the effect of the Akahiron to summon itself out. We're going to activate the Akahiron effect, allowing us to attack directly this turn with our big guys here. Then we're going to go Lupus effect to summon itself out, and now we have 2 level 5 on the field, finally allowing us to kind of play through here. So now we go up into a Ripper. Ripper's going to activate the effects, allowing us now to get that search, and we are off onto the races with the Canine as well as the Memento. We have the level 5, or the 5 guy putting back to summon itself out, which is going to be absolutely huge here. And we'll attack for 5,000. So we have to just kind of find a way to deal some damage. And we're going to be searching for Lantern, and we're thinking about setting the Force Release, but we actually are opting not to. And the reason we're opting not to is because we're actually able to pop these cards and search it later in the turn with Jokul, as well as, I think it's Jokul that searches, yeah, for it. Lantern searches for a monster, I believe, or whatever. But anyways, we essentially don't want to set it because we can't use it till next turn. And we want to go for a Jack. Jack's going to allow us to pop a card, and we pop an additional card, then deal some extra damage with that copy of the Werewolf here. So we're going to go for the summon out and search for Noroi, and then we're going to go Lantern effect, allowing us to search for that Canine Force release here. And yeah, it's kind of, if we think about it, setting it, and then we like take it back there, which is kind of cool. Like if we would have set that, they would have been pretty brutal. And then we go for the Jack. Jack's going to pop. They do protect with the Kusanagi. But like at this point, the game is essentially going to be over. You know, we can go for the Force Release, going to overlay up into the Werewolf, and then we're going to be able to pop the copy of Habakiri here, and then we can bring back the guy who attacks for 5,000 directly, which we're going to be seeing here. And yeah, the Werewolf can attack numerous times, and it's dealing double battle damage. So it's going to be quite nice here. And then we no longer have the Habakiri going to be dealing or making us lose the attack. And so yeah, we deal a whole bunch of damage. It's going to be game right on board, which is pretty incredible. Through a Ripper Negate as well here if they had that extra copy of Nib. So we do see like even there, if they didn't, like they should have went for the SP, probably giving us an additional draw, but banishing that copy of the big guy. Just so that we kind of remove the effect altogether, like being able to summon it back out. That trade is honestly just crazy. For one additional draw, it just was so much. Guaranteed to win the game, essentially. But moving on to game 2, we are going to be seeing the Memento deck being forced, most likely to go second here. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Ryzeal is still a pretty good deck. We see them getting slapped on the wrist all the time. You know, in the last ban list, it was pretty big, and then we see that little extra ban list that we got for the forbidden cards. And we did see them getting hit with a bunch of stuff, you know. Having the Protoss being banned. Jason is a huge Protoss fan, so I'm kind of glad that that's gone. I honestly hate that card so much. But you can search for Banshee and play through that way as well. You know, if you can go up into your Mitsurugi, you see the Serpent going up into the Ryzeal cards. You know, they're kind of forced to just play the Ryzeal engine now as a sub engine rather than like a, you know, just overpowered, being able to search for floodgates and then just win the game. Like, don't get me wrong, Murakuma was a very good card, but there's not so much synergy with the deck now that we see like King of the Feral Imps being hit as well, which is pretty cool. They're like two engines that can go into each other. Through, like, for example, the Mitsurugi goes into Ryzeal, but Ryzeal unfortunately does not go into Mitsurugi, which is quite nice because the Mitsurugi cards are insane, and so are the Ryzeal cards. You know, Detonator is still a fantastic card, and Duo Drive as well. Searching for the cross can just be absolutely busted. But we are going to be diving into game 2. We're taking a little bit of time to decide here. And we are playing now at 50 minutes. I think this is the first live duel I've actually voiced over that is a 50-minute duel. And I'm going to be saying not that many of our local matches have been reaching that 50-minute mark, going into that double loss. I personally have not had one at all, but we are going to be seeing, I don't think Jason has either, to be honest. Maybe one or two. We're going to be going off into the main phase there for Ryzeal. Normal summoning the ice, activating the effect, and we do chain Ash to this, saying, yeah, I just don't want to even. You have to have an extender here, and they just pass turn on that. Not looking great for Ryzeal. We're going to be seeing a normal summon of Anguish, activating its effects, allowing us to search, and that's going to allow us to add the Tatsunushigo, a level 5 as well, or the copy of Sleep, because we already have it in the hand here, it looks like. So it's kind of important to note is that in the Memento combo, you started off with it, at least in this build. You can go for the full combo and add back a second copy of Tatsunushigo in the hand, which then allows you to play with your canine cards, revealing the Joko. We are going to be seeing the Ash on the Tatsunushigo here. That's going to now allow us to smash down that copy of the Azuna. Azuna is going to dump the Lupus. Lupus is going to activate the effect, and we do chain Bell to this. But we already have 2 level 5s on the field, so it's not going to be that great. Now, we are under Droll and Mockbird, but they've now used 4 of their 5 cards in the hand, leaving that one Solemn card to kind of just fend off this entire board here. And honestly, we still have Sleepy, which allows us to fusion summon, dumps 3 cards, and that's going to be essentially game itself. We're going to go fusion effect, so we have double fusion here, and we are going to go for the triple here. We're going to be seeing that summoning of the copy of Creation King, and then we're going to activate the effect, and we do see this slide up into the extra monster zone here, potentially going to go super wide and just fill the entire board with monsters. We're going to be dumping all 3, the Akiron, the Gatic, as well as the Creation King, and then we are going to be seeing Gatic summon itself back out, allowing us to now add, and it looks like our graveyard is pretty full of monsters, but what do we want to add back here? Then we do add back the Tatsunushigo. Do we have level 5 plays? We're going to go effect, destroy. Akira will now summon itself out. Akira can then activate the effect, allowing the guys to attack directly. But it does not matter because there's no board here. We're going to be seeing an overlay into a copy of Ripper, potentially now playing through that last card in hand, being that Nibiru here. And, yeah, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 at least in the hand here. We're going to go battle phase attack, bringing them down to a low life points, but not having enough to go for the Creation King for game here. That can be quite problematic. Now, we do have a pop, obviously, on the field, and then Ripper being able to negate. If we Ripper negate first here, we will have the Akiran be able to bring back out. We have a copy of Sword, and we do chain Ash to that sword as well, and they just scoop, admitting defeat. Having the Mirakumo in the hand is not going to be enough. We see Memento end up taking it there with the combo control style in the game 2, and then of course being able to have that turn 2 in the game 1, which is absolutely devastating for them. We see an OTK here, as well as just, having the ability to just Ripper and having Ash in hand as well, obviously for that copy of Sword is insanely good. But regardless, hope you're watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. Stay safe. Peace.